This story comes from Piglet 106. My wife swears there was something in our bedroom. Why is my neck so heavy? I work 12-hour night shifts, 17:30 to 05:30, and I usually get home at around 600. A couple months ago, I arrived home as normal. The dogs don't bark because they are used to my schedule and recognize my sounds/movements. My missus is usually still sound asleep in bed as she doesn't work until like 9. But this morning was different. When I came through the door, my missus was standing down the end of the hall before me. She was in an absolute state. She sprints towards me up the dark corridor and hides behind me, telling me frantically how someone is definitely in our room. Well, I was half asleep, but obviously this wakes me right up. In hindsight, in that scenario, you should probably grab a weapon, i.e. the shovel I keep at the front door or even a hammer from my toolbox. But in that moment, I decided to storm down there as loud and as quickly as possible. Well, the dogs absolutely shit themselves as they have no idea what all the commotion is about. I chuck on all the lights and the room is empty. I check the walk-in wardrobe, I check the windows. Everything is locked and secure. I go and check the rest of the house as the missus nervously huddles behind me. I even go out with the spotlight and check the back shed. The place is secure. The missus explains to me how a couple hours prior, at what must have been around 3 or 4 a.m., she swears she heard me come home. She said the dogs didn't make a peep. Sometimes I'd get to knock off work a couple hours early, which wasn't unusual at all. She heard me walk down the hallway. She felt my presence standing over her for a moment before I leant down and kissed her on the cheek and said something softly in her ear. Before sliding into bed and putting my arm firmly around her. The creepiest part is that when she heard me pull up in the drive just a couple hours later, she woke up. She could still feel the arm tightly wrapped around her as I came through the front door. The locks were fine. I have a security camera on the driveway out front, which covers the only way in or out of the property. 3 large dogs couldn't care less. I just so happened to have 3 days off after, which was enough time for the eeriness of it to all go away before I had to return to my shifts. Some weeks went by, and that was well and good. I pretty much just attributed the entire thing to she had to have been sleepwalking